This is the new Asus ROG Ally X, a handheld gaming PC that promises to deliver top-notch performance and immersive gaming experience. Ever since the Steam Deck hit the market, we've seen a resurgence in handheld gaming PCs, and the ROG Ally X is the latest contender in this growing field. And this device comes with some significant upgrades compared to the original ROG Ally. It boasts a larger 80 Wh battery, 24 GB of faster RAM, an improved cooling system for optimal performance with minimal overheating, and new connectivity options with dual USB-C ports, including Thunderbolt 4 support. So, in this video, I'll break down its features, highlight its strengths and weaknesses, and provide you with a comprehensive review to help you decide whether this laptop is worth your hard-earned cash. So, let's dive in and see if the new ROG Ally X lives up to its promises. And if you find this video helpful, please help out the channel by giving it a like and subscribing. First up, let's talk about the design and features. If you're familiar with the original ROG Ally, you'll notice that the Ally X retains a similar look, but with some significant improvements. It's a bit thicker than its predecessor, now measuring up to 1.45 inches compared to the original's 1.28 inches. And this extra thickness is all about improved thermals. The original Ally had a nasty habit of getting uncomfortably hot after long gaming sessions, especially around the touchscreen. Asus have tackled this head-on with a complete redesign of the chassis, ensuring much better airflow, particularly under the display. Another neat upgrade is in the connectivity department. The Ally X now boasts two USB-C ports, with one supporting Thunderbolt 4. This means you can say goodbye to the proprietary Asus XG mobile interface and hello to a wide range of external GPUs. It's a significant step forward, providing more flexibility for gamers who want to boost their system's performance. Speaking of upgrades, the SSD in the Ally X is now an M2 2280, a step up from the original M2 2230. What's great about this is that the SSD is easily accessible once you pop the back off, making upgrades a breeze. Little touches like these that show Asus is really listening to user feedbacks. And we can't ignore the massive battery upgrade. The Ally X packs an 80 Wh battery, which is double the capacity of the original's 40 Wh battery. This could mean significantly longer gaming sessions, although we'll need to put it through its paces in real-world conditions to see how much extra time you get. But on paper, it's a promising improvement. Now let's dig into the specs and performance. At first glance, it might seem like not much has changed. The Ally X still features the same Z1 Extreme processor and a 7-inch 1080p display with a 120Hz refresh rate. But when you dig a little deeper, and you'll see some substantial upgrades, the memory has jumped from 16 GB to 24 GB of LPDDR5X at faster speeds of 7,500 MHz. This boost in both capacity and speed should help with overall performance, especially given how RAM-hungry Windows 11 can be. Storage has also seen a bump with a 1 TB of SSD compared to the original 512 GB. If you've ever struggled to manage your game library on a limited storage device, you'll appreciate this change, because the modern AAA games can easily eat up over 100 GB each, so having more space is always a welcome upgrade. Modern chips push the thermal limits to squeeze out every bit of performance, and the redesigned cooling system in the Ally X should help maintain higher performance levels without throttling. Asus claims that the new cooling system provides about 24% better airflow than the previous model, and can bring down the touchscreen temperature by up to 6 degrees Celsius. This is also thanks to smaller fans, which make space for the bigger battery. However, not everything is perfect. While the Ryzen Z1 Extreme is a solid chip, but it's starting to show its age. Given the advancements in chip technology, it would have been great to see Asus use something like the Ryzen AI 300, which offers a higher TDP range. This could have pushed the Ally X's performance even further with the bigger battery. On the other hand, display also a bit of a letdown. Sticking with the same 1080p IPS panel feels like a missed opportunity, especially when we've seen other devices move to OLED. It's not that the current screen is bad, it's quite nice actually, but an OLED option would have been a fantastic upgrade for this X model. Now, what do we love about the Ally X? The improvements in ergonomics are a big win. The original Ally had some design issues, like shallow grips and cramped controls. The Ally X addresses these with a larger chassis that allows for bigger grips and more comfortable rubberized joysticks. The face buttons are less cramped, and the D-pad now has a more tactile feel with a new matte finish. The shoulder buttons have been updated with wider and more ergonomic triggers, and the back buttons are smaller to prevent accidental presses. These changes make the Ally X much more enjoyable to use for extended periods. So, how does the Asus ROG Ally X stack up against the competition? Let's take a brief look. Compared to the Steam Deck, the Ally X has 24 GB of RAM against the Steam Deck's 16 GB of RAM and better connectivity options thanks to Thunderbolt 4 support. However, the Steam Deck's latest model now features an OLED screen, which provides richer colors and better contrast compared to the Ally X's IPS display. On the other hand, the Steam Deck runs on SteamOS, which is a more intuitive and gaming-focused operating system compared to Windows 11. However, Windows 11 on the Ally X offers more versatility for non-gaming tasks, and turning the Ally X into a more comprehensive pocket PC. Next, we have the Lenovo Legion Go. This device is another solid contender with sharing similar specs as the Ally X, but it's in the ergonomics department where the Ally X pulls ahead. The new joystick modules on the Ally X offer better control and a smoother feel, while the more ergonomic grips and better weight distribution make it more comfortable to hold for long sessions. The Legion Go has comparable performance, but lacks the refined feel and usability enhancements that Asus has put into the Ally X. As for my conclusion, the Asus ROG Ally X is a substantial upgrade over the original Ally. It addresses many of the issues we had with the first model, particularly in terms of thermals, battery life, and ergonomics. While it's not a complete overhaul, the improvements are significant enough to make it a worthy consideration if you're in the market for a handheld gaming PC. The lack of an OLED screen and sticking with the older Z1 Extreme chip are minor setbacks, but overall it's a strong contender. If you're looking for a handheld that offers great performance, improved usability, and the flexibility of Thunderbolt 4, the Ally X is definitely worth a look.